Welcome to episode 5
Welcome.
of One More Take. I'm your host, Hanan.
5 week streak. Proud of us.
5 week streak, man. 5 week streak. This is a new thing for us.
Yeah.
You heard my voice though today. You thought I was gonna cancel it.
Yeah, this morning
Yeah.
you said my voice note. I was like, you know what, this guy's gonna cancel,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
it. There goes my Sunday.
No.
You sounded so finished. I thought you were like had the crazy. You sound like you were sick.
Yeah. No. I was finished because I never sleep that late. 5 a.m. is late
Yeah.
for me, bro. It was like
Damn.
it was getting light outside.
Yeah, even that waking
By
up.
the way,
that
guys,
time
I'm
for
washed
you-
and old, so this is
Waking up that time for you
Yeah,
is
yeah.
also like you're always an early riser.
exactly. So
So,
12:30 today, I like
Damn.
12:31ish. I was like, oh man, there's
I'm
no
kinda glad.
way I'll be ready for that.
I'm glad
3
you
p.m.
told me before I left the house, though.
That would be long for you, bro. I introduced myself. My name is Hanan. What's your name?
I'm Salim.
Salim. Good stuff. Episode 5. We got some cool stuff coming up today. I'm really looking forward to the classic segment and the hot take of the week.
Yeah.
So that's to come soon,
I
guys.
can't wait for the hot takes. To be fair,
Yeah,
I don't know what
yeah,
yours
yeah.
is, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
I think you like it, man. I think,
Yeah?
and you know what? I think you agree as well.
okay.
Yeah. Because I think most people agree with the take actually, because
Okay.
it's
cool.
basically a character that aged poorly.
Oh, okay, cool. Mine
TV
is
show.
not most of a hot take, but more so of a question.
Okay, a question take.
As in, do you agree? So, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
A few people disagreed with my Team Green take, by the way.
It should have been
Relax.
more than a few.
Relax.
It should have been
It was
more
bad.
than a few. It should have
It was
been
bad.
a majority of
Yeah, I
people.
got a lot of messages saying,
I'm glad.
"What are you doing, bro?
I'm glad.
How could you possibly root for Team Green?"
You know what? Send me those people's messages so I can say thank you to them.
No, honestly, because as I was saying, I knew people would be like, "I don't understand your logic here." Yeah.
But like, it does kind of make sense. So like, I'm not on the team you're. I'm on team Black. Right?
Yeah, you are. You made that very clear.
I made very clear.
Yeah.
But like the way you sort of like said it, it was very logical and like you can kind of understand it. But I think it's just the way the game kind of played out. Things played out. Yeah, people are just have this visceral reaction to
That's it.
Rhaenyra's side
Yeah,
and also
yeah.
the Green. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So, HOTD obviously came out season 2,
Yes.
episode 1. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we kind of have set it up perfectly. So, all right, before we get into that episode, have you changed your mind on which team you're on?
I'll change my mind until the end.
So you're just gonna stick into it,
I'm
bro.
gonna stick to it.
You're gonna be a hardhead about this.
I'm locked in, bro.
You're locked into Team
I'm
Black.
locked in Team Black, Rhaenyra, Daemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No
just
matter
want
what
to
they do,
see.
yeah?
I just want to see Aemon killed. That's my objective in this process.
Do you consider him a villain?
Yeah, he's a great villain. Aemon.
Oh, is he great?
He's one of the better villains in that show.
Okay,
But-
okay.
But there is one villain in everything that I want to see if you agree with.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So in that, like I say, Laris, I would say is probably one of the best villains.
I would say Laris is a villain.
Is a villain.
He's a villain.
Conniving, yeah.
Yeah, in that sense, more than
Like
a
actual,
Joffrey or
yeah.
exactly.
More practical, yeah.
Yeah,
The other
yeah,
one's
yeah.
a bit more, yeah. You can see it.
But
yeah.
so you consider Aemon a villain,
I consider him a villain, yeah.
and you're rooting for his downfall.
Yeah. What about you? You don't?
I don't. Is he a villain yet? He's not there yet for me, because when I think of villain in that universe, I'm matching him up with Cersei, with that bastard Bolton.
Oh yeah,
Ramsay
but I'm
Bolton.
talking about like in just Hot D though. Not
Okay,
just
all right, fine.
in Hot D presently. I'm sure there'll be other villains introduced.
Hold on, do you consider Daemon a villain?
I kind of do, yeah. A bit.
What do you mean, kind of? They both committed the same crime. They both killed a
yeah,
son.
but like
And then you're still saying
I support
you're
one and I
real-
don't.
yeah. Hey man, you're doubling down. I
I'm
respect
double
it.
that. I
No, respect
support
it.
one and I
Yeah.
don't support the other.
They both committed the same sin, but you're like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I care about context for Damon. I
Yeah.
don't care about context for Aemon.
Yeah, normalize context for those you support, right?
I don't consider him a villain just yet, but he's
Yeah.
getting there.
He's
And
getting
also, I don't think you read that particular book, right?
so
about
I've read the
Valerian.
book, which is now I'm in an annoying predicament right
Okay.
now. I'm starting to slowly remember some of the events
Okay,
of what happened.
I have a question for you
So-
then.
Okay.
Because this is one of the questions I want to ask you before we get into the episode.
Mm.
Does Lord Laris become Hand of the King?
Hand of the King. That I don't remember, but I do remember him being a very big character though.
Okay.
So right now they've in this show they've sort of kind of soft launched him. So he's been slowly soft launched, but he does become quite big in the books. But as far as whether he becomes Hand of the King, I don't recall on that. But I started to recall at the ending though of how that happened.
Yeah, because they're setting him up to become the Hand of the King, or basically he's setting himself up. Obviously winning the trust with Alicent, and now slowly winning the trust with Aegon. And then now that Aegon's kid gets killed,
it's probably more,
they're gonna look at the Hand like, what's up with the security? Yeah.
Emotions are gonna be more turbocharged.
For sure. All right, so let's get into the episode then. What just your initial thoughts about episode 1? Good little opener.
I wish it was like another extra hour. It's so good, man. I missed how good that show was.
Yeah.
It was so good. But yeah, I did feel like it was a little bit I was kind of a bit underwhelmed with like Rhaenyra's sort of like appearance in that show. But it does make sense. Obviously, she's grieving, so you can't expect her to be too much of the action.
Yeah.
But you know, I really liked it. I love the fact that, you know, the ending is gonna have crazy implications.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait for it. Like, I just it feels really good to be back into that world.
Yeah. So for Rhaenyra, the only thing she said in that show was,
"I want his head."
And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she didn't speak. Yeah, but she did have other scenes though where she didn't speak though, like getting her son's body and kind of giving a burial. Yeah, she was quite active in that, but yeah, she wasn't in the rest of the episode. But it kind of does make sense, I think.
A grieving mother.
Yeah. It does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, for the first episode, I was actually pleasantly surprised because first episodes tend to be a build up to what's to come for the rest of the season. Whereas with this one was just a continuation of the last episode of the first season.
Yeah.
And they started on steroids here because an eye for an eye, bro. They killed a kid.
But I would have felt like, I don't know, part of me felt like there should have been a bit more, or they were going to be a bit more pissed off at Aemon. I felt like everyone.
Oh, you're saying the Greens?
The Greens, yeah, because he's the one who kind of like died the first cast or whatever that saying is.
Sure.
So I would have thought I would have seen a bit more punishment on his end. Yeah. But it felt like, you killed Aemon.
Oh, you made a mistake.
Shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, sure.
We move.
We move, exactly. Nothing else happened there.
Nothing else happened,
Yeah. I mean, I did like, this is, again, man, the reason why I'm Team Green, because I actually kind of like Alicent. Alicent was grieving for Lucerys.
Yeah.
She did pray for him.
Yeah, she did. Like,
Come on, man.
I'm not, out of everyone in the Greens, she is my favorite. I'd say. She's a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for, tolerable than the others. Like with like, for example, Aegon and what's the Hand of the King, Otto. Like people have like very strong hatreds towards them, and they do for Alicent. But I think once you kind of consider the context and also the relationship that she has with Rhaenyra, for me, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a bit soft on her.
Yeah. Who's your comp for Otto Hightower in Game of Thrones?
Ooh. I'd say Peter Baelish-esque.
Okay, interesting.
Peter Baelish, Varys, like that conniving in the background.
Okay. Even though Otto is more powerful than those two.
Yeah. A little bit of Tywin, I'd say.
Tywin, interesting, because Tywin was the grandfather of the king. So is he?
Yeah, so he has that like that authoritative sort of like character to him than some of the others. Yeah, so I'd say probably most likely Tywin.
Yeah, I would say Tywin actually. Minus the threat of being physically dominant. Like with Tywin, there was a threat of like him killing you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There was some sort of presence
killing
him.
You. Exactly. Whereas Otto doesn't have that sort of...
But a bit of a peasant.
Yeah. He doesn't have that energy around him. He's just more of the type of Peter Baelish and Varys, where it's more, as you say, conniving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And behind your back.
Behind your back,
yeah. Stab you behind your back. So that scene, that I'm afraid scene with Helena. In that moment, the first time you watched it, because I'm not sure if you rewatched it, in that moment when she's saying, I'm afraid, and Amy was like, where's my kid? And she goes, he's like, what do you mean you're afraid? Afraid of what? We have a dragon. She goes, no, not the dragons, the rats.
The rats, yeah.
In that moment, were you like, this is probably bigger than it seems right now? Or did you honestly just like watch it and think,
so in that moment, I instantly knew this was bigger than mine because...
Right, yeah, because it's random.
It was random on one, but also I do remember from the books that like her kind of storyline in the books is actually, I wouldn't say quite big, but she does have a significant chunk of like her character.
What is that? Does she have a power? What is it?
No, it's not more so a power, but kind of a spoiler. She's a little bit like kind of sick in the sense that like I think mental illness.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine,
so
fine,
she
fine.
maybe hears things like that, but
But clearly
yeah,
she has some
but
sort of like,
some sort of it might be
yeah,
I'm not probably fully remembering it, but she might do it. She might have a power. She kind of senses things,
foresees
but
things coming.
foresees things. But yeah, like in that moment, yeah, I was like, yeah, there's something big. But once you do rewatch it and she mentions the rats and how they ended with the rat catcher, yeah, like it's you kind of put two and two together.
Yeah. On that second watch, I mean, the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, this scene is clearly bigger than what it seems right now, because it's just a random part for Helena to say. But then also on the second watch, because I watched it twice, the I guess the crumbs they leave for the final scene or the final part of that episode was there when we see the rat catcher, or we call him, I think they call him Cheddar, right?
Actually,
I think his name is Cheddar. He's just walking
It's
around.
actually great.
Yeah, I know, right? He's brilliant. He walks around the castle. You see Helena saying that, no, I'm scared of the rats, and then the following scene is him holding the rats and walking. So the crumbs were there for us to kind of piece things together. But on the second watch, you're like, oh, like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme was like, that's happening, that happening. Obviously leading to the part of the death of the baby. I was actually surprised with Aegon's. He's surprisingly competent.
Yeah, because
come on, give it up for the Team Green, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. In the last season, they made him seem like
bit of a wasteman,
a bit of a drunk who doesn't rule. But like, yeah, you can tell like now that he has that sort of standing in the council, like he's very. You can tell like he's becoming to himself in terms of that.
Yeah, I don't know what the death of his son, because clearly he loved his son a lot.
He's gonna
need for him.
And that's his only heir, right? Because it's twins, right? So the boy and the girl. And they ended up murdering the boy. So, yeah, it will be interesting to see how that's gonna go with them.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how he reacts to that. I was surprised by like his conduct when the people of his realm were asking him for help. He was eager to help.
He's very like what's the word I'm looking for? He's very personable. So whenever people said, you guys are taking my sheep, I need a bit of sustenance for myself. He was hearing them out.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously Otto, who's a bit more.
Oh, I hate this guy, man. Leave us. You're not the king, bro. Let me just give my people what they want.
Yeah,
even though it doesn't make sense.
He's a bit more practical than obviously what Aegon was.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing, but yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. Okay, just quickly on Lord Varys. Is he... Lord Larys, sorry. Because I was going to bring out Varys. Is Lord Larys reaching Lord Varys status? / Littlefinger? Like, do you... Because he's clearly that version of them.
Yeah,
is he there yet for you?
No, for me, he's not there yet, no.
Who did you prefer, Varys or Littlefinger?
I've always liked Varys.
Me too, man.
I always liked Varys.
His death was awful, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it like that.
Yeah,
Daenerys just burned him alive.
Daenerys just for no... Yeah, there was a reason.
There was a reason, but it wasn't. Yeah.
It was very stupid. Yeah. But yeah, I've always liked the reason why, because I like both of them in the books are very good, but I've always found Varys' character a bit more interesting in the books than Peter Baelish's one.
Yeah. No, I would say I preferred Littlefinger's death.
Yeah, Littlefinger's
that was sensational.
Was really good.
The little twist there, but I did prefer Lord Varys in the story. Yeah, overall, like him going to. Across the narrow seas to then work with Daenerys and all of that. You know what's funny about this show though, House of the Dragon? It made me realize that nobody really has the story of Daenerys Targaryen, whereas from nothing to something. Yeah, from nothing to something. Yeah, her like come up is the craziest come up. It is that, and also the book is just about the Targaryen. So the source that the TV show is based on is just about the Targaryens when they were up. So So it does make sense for Daenerys to be that one sort of single person, because the house of Targaryens is down when it's her turn. So and also these are the events I think happened like 180 something years before this. Yeah. It kind of makes you it proves why there was only 2 Targaryens left. Because these men are just killing each other and just the greed of it all. It makes sense, man. And then you give him dragons. You give these egomaniacs some dragons. Yeah. And they're gonna burn the whole world. Obviously, burn their house down. Yeah. And the name House of the Dragon that means Targaryen, right? Yeah, House of the Dragon. Yeah. Even though the Valyrians have dragons, well. But it's mainly kind of alluded to them. Yeah. Okay. What else have I got for you for this episode? All right. So she made it very clear what she wanted. I want Aegon Targaryen. Obviously, they killed a different son. Yeah. What do you think Rhaenyra's reaction is gonna be?
Yeah, she's not gonna be happy with that. She's gonna be like, "What?"
Okay.
But I think they'll be like, you know what? At the end of the day, we got an heir.
You see, that's my point.
They'll say, you know
Because
what?
obviously you're Team Black, so you want
Yeah.
her to react
Right.
like, "Oh, how could you kill a 2-year-old boy?" I'm telling you guys,
Right.
her reaction's gonna be like, "Great, eye for eye."
An eye for an eye. And also when you think of like when I read the title of the episode and a son for a son, I thought it was Aemon. So when that happened, I was very surprised. But like think about it, like if they killed Aegon's only like kind of successor, if Aegon dies and his successor dies, who is the legitimate one on the green side after that?
Yeah, it will be the girl.
It'll be the girl,
It'll
right?
be the girl.
Helena, yeah.
But again, it's the same trouble with Rhaenyra.
Yeah, we're back to square one with
Back to square
Rhaenyra,
one.
yeah.
It first of all, this episode sets the season perfectly.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it in that
think
sense.
I think it was just kind of scene building for this episode.
Yeah.
And I think next episode, that's when things go crazy.
Apparently, it's 72
Tomorrow.
minutes long.
For next episode?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They normally do that when a crazy battle
When a crazy,
happens.
yeah. So I think some shit's gonna happen for sure.
Damn. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be good.
I really like that scene of Helena when she burst into the room when Christian Cole was forsaking
Let's
his
talk
duty.
about Kristen Cole
What's
for
up
a
with
minute.
that? No, what's up? Again, that's your boy, Team Black, right? No, sorry, it's
Kristen Cole, yeah, it's your boy.
my boy, Team Green. All right, let
Trying to
me
put the
make
blame
the
on
case.
me.
Let me make the case for Kristen Cole. Listen, when you're horny, no, I'm joking. Yeah, what's up with him, man?
No, I don't know how he gets himself in these situations where he's just finds himself in really good situations.
Bro, so he hates Rhaenyra because he was like, "Yo, give up everything you."
For oranges.
Yeah.
So
to
he
sell
can
oranges
sell
and cinnamon across the narrow seas. Give up your rightful position of like to become the heir
Get out of here, man.
and the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms for love. And then Rhaenyra was like, "Bro, are you alright? Are you actually okay?"
Nah.
And then now
G.
he's like clapping cheeks of Alicent, and just for a second, his word
Yeah.
as
He's basically.
he shouldn't be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, he should not.
No.
And she's very weak, so she's always said, "Yo, no, this is the last time.
This is the last time." Yeah, right.
It's even worse the next time.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I don't know. He's just a loser, man.
Yeah, he's a loser to me. Like he's
Yeah.
not even a villain.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not
I just can't even stand him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's
just
one of those like, look at
in the
you.
background.
He's in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
He will definitely have like a role to
Yeah.
play that we won't like.
Yeah.
Like he will continue he will do anything for Alicent at this point.
Yeah.
He obviously hates Rhaenyra. He has no moral compass. He keeps forsaking his.
He'll do
his oath.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do anything.
So what is
he's
your
a scary
prediction for the next episode?
All right, so it's 72 minutes long. I think one of my main predictions is Rhaenyra being surprisingly happy with the outcome of Lucera's death.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
say
think she's gonna
for me. I
No,
wouldn't
not
say
Lucera, sorry. Okay.
Jaehaerys. I think,
Jaehaerys,
yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't say like very happy, but at least somewhat satisfied.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You don't think she's gonna be like, "Oh no, why did you do that?"
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I
Okay.
don't think so,
Okay.
yeah.
That should go. By the way.
It's a big win for her. So
Yeah.
on that front, I'd say.
I think Aemon in episode 1 to me was surprisingly competent. I think in episode 2,
Aegon, you mean?
Aegon, sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Aegon, surprisingly, episode 1 he was competent. In episode 2, I think we might get shades of the Mad King where he's like, "I want revenge.
Yeah.
I don't care what the cost is. I want to do whatever it takes."
Yeah.
To
It
hurt that
messes-
family, and I think obviously strategically that would be a poor choice, and I think the Otto Hightower will try to say, "Hey, listen, we got to think about this more tactically."
Yeah.
He won't like it, and then Lord Larys will
Yeah.
become Hand of the King.
I think Otto is kind of in the next episode will be in a sticky situation because he was saying, you know what, even though we did the first strike, let's just kind of wait. But I think that kind of goes out the window. Like someone on their side has been killed, right?
Yeah,
And also, I think your point goes is interesting at the end, at the beginning where you said the security situation.
yeah.
If
How did this happen?
they can come in and kill the heir of
Insane.
the crown, they can also come in and do something worse to us.
Kill the king.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot more urgency.
Yeah. So a lot more security around. I think the 2 people that committed the murder will be caught and killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll
so,
see
yeah.
their hanging body somewhere or their heads on a spike, because they're not gonna get away. They're not gonna get
They're
away.
not gonna get away.
Um,
And there's a lot of tunnels and stuff. So, and then also everyone there is a spy, so who works there. So
Lord Larys
you'll
will
be
catch him.
bound to be seen. Yeah,
Lord Larys catch him.
Larys will definitely.
He's
catch
got
him.
his little spiders
Yeah.
everywhere. And then I have one more question for you before we move on to the boys. Do you think Alicent and Rhaenyra will be in the same room at all in this season?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think that line of, you know, oh, we were once
It's
friends.
Cersei and Daenerys, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
Cersei and
they won't
Daenerys
meet until the very end.
until the very end. Yeah, you're right. I think that line of, oh, you know, we were friends, we were childhood friends, has now
Oh
been, like,
yeah,
has now been completely, you know,
finished.
finished. Yeah. So yeah, if they do, they probably will be at a point where things have become so like tarnished on both ends.
Yeah.
That they might want to have to, like, they might have to, well, the only way to solve this is, you know, through discussion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they'll meet each other until the very end, whether it's the end of this entire show or at the end of the season. I don't see how. And then one last thing, did you see the announcement